Good evening, Stevens Point. I'm Brenton. This week in SPTV News, President Biden signs the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill. States begin to drop restrictions a year after lockdowns began, and updates on the trial of Derek Chauvin. All this and more when we return. After passing the House a second time, President Biden signed into law yesterday an economic stimulus bill that will distribute $1.9 trillion to Americans, mostly in the form of payments that will be sent directly to people. In addition to the stimulus money, the bill extends federal unemployment benefits until September 6 and increases the child tax credit for 2021, among other things. One provision that didn't make it into the signed version of the bill was raising the federal minimum wage to $15, something Republicans say is simply not necessary in an economic relief bill. Direct deposits of relief money may begin to appear as early as this weekend, though it may take more time to see your $1,400 show up. With the vaccine rollout now in full swing, COVID cases, hospitalizations, and deaths have been trending downward. Though we are not out of the storm yet, signs of normalcy are beginning to reappear. CNN's Amara Walker has more.
1 year into the COVID-19 pandemic that has left more than 500,000 Americans dead, America's top infectious disease expert reflecting on the year that was.
And things will get worse than they are right now.
I made the statement, things are going to get much worse before they get better. And that was at a congressional hearing a year ago today. But I did not, in my mind, think that much worse was going to be 525,000 deaths.
Today, the numbers continue to trend down, an average of more than 56,000 new COVID-19 cases a day in the last 7 days. That's a 13% decrease compared to the previous week. Average hospitalizations down 14%, and average daily deaths down 22%. More signs there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Earlier this week, we saw the number of deaths per day drop below 1,000 for the first time since November. All of this is really good news.
More than 2 million doses of COVID-19 vaccinations are going into arms per day on average, almost 19% of the population having received at least one dose and 1 in 10 fully vaccinated. As eligibility opens up in many states, some places are getting innovative with distribution. In Atlanta, Walgreens teaming up with Uber to provide transportation to vaccine sites in some communities. And in a notable new development, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, along with the CDC, issuing new guidance for nursing homes, saying it's now okay for in-person visits regardless of vaccination status. CMS cited the psychological and emotional toll the pandemic has taken and the fact that there's been a significant drop in nursing home cases. Meanwhile, as Maryland lifts nearly all COVID-related business restrictions beginning Friday, and once hard-hit New York and New Jersey increased restaurant capacities, there remains tremendous concern as states like Texas and Mississippi have lifted mask mandates and capacity restrictions, and Wyoming following suit on March 16th. Here in Florida, thousands of revelers have descended upon the state for Bike Week in Daytona and spring break.
What are we doing? We're inviting the virus to go wherever it may want over the course of the next week. So this is the challenge we have. This is all kind of a perfect storm moment.
And on the day President Joe Biden plans a primetime COVID address to the nation, the debate over mask requirements continues, a battle that has taken center stage in Texas.
The science and the data are very clear that the single most important thing we can all be doing at this point is wearing masks.
Health officials urged to take the vaccine when given the chance to, and for the time being to continue masking up and social distancing. The jury selection process for the trial of Derek Chauvin began this Tuesday. As of Thursday night, 5 men and 1 woman have been chosen out of 14 total to serve as jurors. With tensions high around the case, officials have had a tough time finding impartial jurors, eventually resorting to having jurors fill out a 16-page questionnaire before being selected as of Thursday. 18 people have been excused from jury duty because either the prosecution or defense felt they were not impartial. Additionally, the third-degree murder charge that was previously dropped against Chauvin was reinstated, in addition to charges of second-degree unintentional murder and second-degree manslaughter. And that's all the news we have for you. After the break, we'll have an entertainment update with Ryan Fancy Vest Kreft.
90 FM is the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point alternative radio station. It showcases some really awesome new music and old alternative music. So it's a really great opportunity for students to get involved in radio and in all the processes that happen behind the scenes.
90 FM is an important experience because it offers things that no place else, maybe not only on campus but at other universities. We have a general staff of over 100 volunteers, a lot of which are community volunteers. So those are people that are living in Stevens Point.
On this beautiful radio station, you are tuned into College Radio Day, right here on 90 FM, your only alternative.
It just has the potential to be something as great as you want to make it.
Can you tell our viewers what radio station they should be listening to?
You should listen to 89.9 90 FM, your only alternative.
Hey Pointers, I'm Ryan Kreft, and this week in my fancy vest, SPTV Entertainment. The 63rd Grammy Awards will take place this Sunday, the 14th, going live at 7 o'clock. The show was actually postponed from late January due to COVID concerns, but will remain a mostly in-person event this year. Beyoncé has received the most nominations at 9, and Lipia, Roddy Ricch, and Taylor Swift have each received 6. The event is being hosted by comedian Trevor Noah. In addition to the awards, there is an impressive lineup of artists who will perform this year, including Billie Eilish, Harry Styles, Taylor Swift, Post Malone, and more. You won't want to miss this year's biggest night in music. Oprah's interview with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry has been making waves since it was first released earlier this week. In the interview, Meghan stated that there had been concern by an unnamed member of the royal family about what color her first child's skin would be before he was born. Additionally, she spoke of her struggles living in the public spotlight and the toll it had taken on her mental health, driving her to thoughts of suicide. Days later, on the TV program Good Morning Britain, presenter Piers Morgan got into a tense argument with co-presenter Alex Beresford about the truth of Meghan's statements. The argument got so heated, in fact, that Morgan walked off set in anger while the show was still live. Later in the day, it was announced he would be leaving the program. In an interview a day later, Morgan said that his opinions on Markle and her truthfulness remained, and that, quote, "Freedom of speech is a hill that I'm happy to die on," unquote. That's all I have for you tonight, SPTV Entertainment. For more, check out our entertainment shows, What's the Point? And You Got Game, hosted by yours truly. Next up is SPTV Sports with Nathan Wegner.
The Media Studies is a program for people who love to tell stories, whether that be in written form, visual, or audio.
Media Studies is exciting because it's always fresh, it's always new.
Media is at the center of everything we do. More and more people are asked to engage with media and use media. Our program really provides students with skills and techniques to be better prepared for that in the future.
We offer courses in media production, both video and audio, nonfiction and fiction, music production, journalism, film studies.
Media Studies is a great way to get hands-on experience in the field that you're looking to do. They teach you the basic concept behind everything, and then they tell you to go do it.
We really pride ourselves on thinking of a wide set of opportunities that we can give our students.
The student organizations are a great asset. We have SPTV, the student television organization, 90 FM, the radio, and The Pointer, our student-run newspaper.
It's a great way for students to get involved, learn skills that they need for class, and meet new people.
Some great facilities where our students can hone their skills.
There's a giant studio in the center of the comm building. I've had quite a few classes in there.
A lot of our classes are very hands-on, they're very interpersonal.
You're getting the skills that will allow you to create your future, and I think that's what makes it a truly amazing experience for students.
There's an incredible range of options for graduates. We've had students go out and become independent contractors, work for radio stations, newspapers, with TV stations.
Everyone is different, and they have their own unique unique style. In all the classes and all the student organizations you get involved in, you have a lot of flexibility to really create your own work and do it in a way that means something to you.
We're excited to see what students are making and what they want to make, and how we can help students get from where they are to where they want to be.
I'm in a video production class that's teaching me how to film documentaries. I'm also in a screenwriting class, and I get to learn how to write movies. So I'm doing all these different cool things, and I love it every day.
Hello and welcome back to sports here on SPTV News. I'm Nathan Wegner and let's get right into it. March Madness is right around the corner. Selection Sunday is this weekend. You can watch it on CBS starting at 5 p.m. And the first games of the NCAA start at 4 on Thursday the 18th. Get your brackets together because it should be a good tournament this year as always. Definitely good to have it back after last year. In the MLB, the Brewers are starting to get back into the swing of things. Out of their games last week, they won half of them. This week, the same has been true of their first 4 games. Their wins so far this week have been against the Angels and the Giants, and their losses against the Athletics and the Royals. As of filming, we don't have the results of the game against the Chicago Cubs from earlier today, but we'll update you on that very soon. Looking ahead this weekend, they'll be playing the Texas Rangers on Saturday and the Seattle Mariners on Sunday at 2:10 and 3:10, respectively. Now jumping to some local news in pointer sports, the big news is in hockey. The men's hockey team made it into the WIAC championship game, beating out UW Eau Claire earlier this week. With 12 seconds left in the game, Eau Claire tied it up. Shortly into the overtime period, Carter Rue made the game-winning shot. The championship game is tonight at 7 against UW Superior at our very own KB Willett Ice Arena. Though unfortunately fans aren't allowed in person, you can support the team and show your pointer pride by watching the game's live stream. That's all we have for sports. Stay safe and stay healthy, Pointers, and as always, roll Dogs.
Quiet on set.
We'll be back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take Ben.
Live at SPTV. Mic check. Audio check. News directors adjusting the sound. Teleprompter running smoothly. Floor director, alert! Cameras are rolling, bring in the talent. Where's the makeup artist? Anchors ready for the news. Are you ready to join SPTV? That's a wrap, lights out.
Hey Pointers, welcome to the weekly Student Government Association update. This week in SGA elections are coming up next week. President and Vice President candidates Will Shader and Julia DeAngelis have a special message to the viewers of SPTV. Hello, Student Government Association elections are coming up soon. Will Shader and Julia DeAngelis are looking for your vote for the student body president and vice president. Will is an environmental science and political science major, and Julia is a biology major. As president and vice president, they are looking to make SGA more accessible on campus in order to be more prominent voice for students and are looking to further diversify the organization to ensure every student is represented. Additionally, they are looking to acquire more funding for UWSP and other schools within the UW system. They look forward to working with you in order to make UWSP the best it can be. Don't forget to vote. Your voice matters. Check your emails for ballots on March 15th. To learn more about SGA elections and candidates, check out the Student Government Association on all social media platforms. In other news, Student Government Senate passed a statute in support of minorities and marginalized communities, and they passed a letter stating UWSP's SGA's disappointment in the traditional student region endorsement process. Please reach out to a member of SGA or check out their Facebook page for more information on these two pieces of legislation. The Student Health Advisory Committee published a new page called The Healthy Hound. Many health-related resources will be posted on the page. Next week, the page will be partnering with SGA social media to high mental health. Check out by searching Healthy Hound on Instagram and Facebook. Finally, the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point has been recognized as a voter-friendly campus for the 2021-2022 school year by the Campus Vote program across the country. Congratulations to everyone who is part of Get Out the Vote. Thanks, everyone. That's all we have for you this week in SPTV News. We won't see you here next week or the week after since we'll be all out for spring break. But news will be back in April when we get back. Until next time, Stevens Point, Stay safe and have a great night.